and welcome to the next week of math. This week we are going to be focusing on story problems. So I want to kind of review some of this, might be a little bit new to some students, about how to go over story problems. And with story problems, you always start with a short story, and then you have to decide, do you use addition or subtraction? So one of the things you want to focus on is what the story is asking for. Not just what is the answer, but how you are going to solve it. That's one of the big questions, is how. How are you going to solve this problem? So we're going to start off, I'm going to tell you a story, and we're not going to talk so much about the answer, but we're going to talk about how to solve the problem. So my first story is Samantha has 5 cookies, and then Bradley comes over and brings 3 more cookies. The question is, how many cookies do they have all together? So let's think about that story again. Samantha has 5 cookies. Bradley brings over 3 more cookies. How many cookies do they have all together? So are we asking for a number that's going to be less, or are we asking for a number that's going to be more? Are we putting together, or are we taking apart? What do you think? Yes, we're putting together. We're putting Samantha's cookies and Bradley's cookies together. And when you put 2 things together, do you use addition or subtraction? Yes, you use addition. So there are a couple ways to do this. First, if we know that we're going to use addition, then I want to go ahead and start writing my equation. So I'm going to write a plus sign in here. So I know that we're using addition. Now I want to figure out what numbers go in my equation. So I know I'm going to use addition. One of the things is you can draw pictures to show your story problem. You can also use a tens frame and a number line. So I'm going to show all 3 today, because on the worksheets that you have the chance to do all 3. You do not have to use all 3 methods. You can choose one of them to show your work, but you don't have to use all 3. Sometimes I like to use all 3 or 2 of them just to make sure my work is accurate. That means correct. So Samantha had 5 cookies. So I'm going to draw my 5 cookies, chocolate chip cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cookies. Now, it's not important that I make the cookies look beautiful or big or very detailed or anything like that. Then Bradley brought 3 more cookies. So I'm going to draw 3 more cookies. 2 and 3. If you notice, I used 2 different colors to show Samantha's cookies and Bradley's cookies. So now I can fill in some of the numbers. I have 5 cookies for Samantha and 3 cookies for Bradley. I can count up all of my cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my answer is 8. Now, as I said before, you can also use the tens frame. So I can make the 5 cookies for Samantha, and then the 3 more cookies for Bradley, and I can count them up, and I know the answer will be 8. You can also use the number line. Start on 5 cookies for Samantha, so I'm going to draw a dot right there, and then I'm going to hop 3 more cookies for Bradley. 1, 2, 3, and I landed on the number 8. So this all shows the addition equation and the answer to go with the story problem. Now I'm going to erase some of this, and I want to show you how to solve another problem that's going to sound a little bit different. So we're going to listen to a new problem. Now, who likes to go to the beach? What do you like to do at the beach? You know, I love to find seashells at the beach. Do you like to find seashells at the beach? That's wonderful. So that is definitely one of my favorite things to do at the beach. And today our next story problem is going to be about going to the beach and finding seashells. And again, I have my spaces for my drawing it, using my tens frame, and using my number line right here. So here is the story. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally has 9 seashells. She is able to sell 2 seashells to Cooper. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. She has 9 seashells to sell. She sells 2 of those to Cooper. How many seashells does she have left? So let's think about that story. We are asking the question, how many seashells are left? Think about that word left. Like leftover. So does that mean that we are going to be putting some together, or are we going to be taking some away? Yes, we're taking some away. So if you're taking away, do you use addition or subtraction? Yes, you use subtraction. So I know I need a minus sign in here because I will be using subtraction. So let's go ahead and start to draw our picture to go with it. So Sally sells seashells by the seashore. See if you can say that one. Now, Sally starts off with 9 seashells. So I'm going to draw 9 seashells here, all right? And I'm not a great artist, so don't make fun of me. Bear with me. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're getting a little wonky, 7, 8, 9. Oh my. So I have 9 seashells. I had to go back and check because sometimes you have to go back and check and make sure you're the correct number. All right, so I have 9 seashells. Then she sold some seashells. So how do we show, what's a good way with a picture to show selling or getting rid of or taking away? Yes, crossing out. How many seashells did she sell to Cooper? Yes, 2 seashells. So I'm going to cross out how many? 2. 1, 2. I want to know how many are left. So let's go ahead, before I count how many are left, let's start to fill in our equation. So the whole number is the number we start with. Sally had 9, so I'm going to write 9 first. How many did we take away? 2. So 9 minus 2 equals, let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are left? Yes, 7. That's great. So now, let's use our tens frame. All right, I'm going to put 9 in here. All right, there's 9 in my tens frame. Now, how many are we going to take away again? 2. So you can erase it or you can cross it out. And I have 7 left. You can also use a number line. You start at the number we start with, so I'm going to start at the 9, and I'm going to hop backwards 2 spaces. Ready? 1, 2. And what number do we land on? 7. So that's how you would solve an addition story problem and a subtraction story problem. Now, attached to this is going to be a couple different worksheets that you can pick and choose which ones you want to do. I know a lot of us don't have printers at home, and that's okay. You can write these out, but you will need parent help. So please do not stress doing all these equations. Pick and choose which ones you think are easy to do or that would be good review or good practice for you. And make sure your parents are helping you kind of read the stories because they will have to help you read some of these stories. Some of us can read them on our own, and that's wonderful. So I want you to take your time reading those stories and trying to solve these equations, and I can't wait to see what work you all come up with. So good luck, I miss you, and I'll see you soon. Bye!